Hey guys, Shalana here. Welcome to the Bin Zone. On today's video, we're going to be recapping The Witcher Season 1. And without further ado, guys, toss a coin to your Witcher and let's dive into the recap. The season starts off in the year 1231 with Geralt fighting and killing a monster before arriving in Blaviken, where Marilka tells him that his kill is worthless, so he should speak to Arion for a job. After entering the tower, Geralt meets Stregobor, whom assumed the name Irion, and he explains to Geralt why he wants him to kill a woman named Renfri, but Geralt refuses. In the woods, Geralt meets Renfri again, and she explains to Geralt why she wants him to kill Stregobor, but just the same, Geralt refuses. In the year 1263, Sintra's army loses the war against Nilfgaard, and eventually Nilfgaard's soldiers storm the kingdom of Sintra and take it over. Geralt then returns to Blaviken, where he fights and kills Renfri's men before fighting and killing Renfri herself. And back in 1263, Princess Cirilla is kidnapped by a Nilfgaardian soldier named Cahir, and after she displays her hidden power, she escapes to find Geralt of Rivia. In the year 1206, Yennefer showcases some magical ability before she is sold by her adoptive father to Tessia. In the year 1240, in a mission to stop a devil who has been stealing grain, Geralt and Jaskier are attacked and taken hostage. Back in 1206, Yennefer continues to fail when she practices magic while she gets more intimate with Estred. The devil ends up being the Elven King, and the Elven King has a heart-to-heart conversation with Geralt about elves being persecuted, which leads him into letting both Jaskier and Geralt go free. And it's after this adventure that Jaskier creates the famous tune, "Toss a coin to your Witcher." Unbeknownst to either party, Stregobor is using Estred to gather information on Yennefer, while Tessia is using Yennefer to gather intel on Estred. In the year 1263, Cirilla is saved by an elf named Dara when a camp she finds refuge is attacked by Nilfgaardian soldiers. In the year 1243, after Geralt had sex with a whore, he is recruited by Triss Merigold to kill Estrega, who has not just been killing people in Temera but witchers as well. In the king's chambers, Geralt implies that the Striga is the cursed child of King Falstest and his sister Ada. In the year 1210, Yennefer finds out that she's going to serve in Nilfgaard instead of Ardan because the chapter agreed to it after Stregobor exposed the fact that Yennefer is part elf. After breaking up with Istred, Yennefer goes through a painful process to become beautiful, which cost her the ability to have children. Afterwards, Yennefer attends the ceremony and steals Fringilla's spot to serve as a mage in Aedirn, which forces Fringilla to serve as a mage in Nilfgaard. Geralt then fights the Striga till dawn, which lifts the curse and saves the king's daughter. Back in 1263, Voices leads Ciri to Brokilon Forest, where she meets the Dryads, who help save an injured Dara. In 1249, Geralt serves as a bodyguard for Jaskier when he attends the wedding of Princess Pavada. In the year 1240, Yennefer tries to save Queen Callis from an assassin, but her efforts are futile as both Callis and her baby die in the end. Duny, whom was cursed to look like a hedgehog, barges into the ceremony to ask Pavada for her hand in marriage by invoking the Law of Surprise. Queen Calanthe won't allow it, so she tries to kill Duny, but Pavada unleashes her power, which forces Calanthe to honor the Law of Surprise. After Calanthe marries Pavada and Duny, the curse is lifted, and Duny wants to repay Geralt, who then invoked the Law of Surprise, which accidentally lays claim to Pavada's unborn child. With the help of Fringilla, Nilfgaard soldiers find out that Cirilla is in Brokilon Forest. Cahir then hires a Doppler to change himself into a captured mousesack before killing him. In the year 1256, Geralt seeks a djinn in order to wish for peace, but when he finds the jar and opens it, the djinn is unleashed and makes Jaskier ill. Geralt then must seek a mage in order to help Jaskier, but the only mage nearby happens to be Yennefer. Yennefer only decided to help Jaskier so she can be the vessel of the djinn and get back her fertility. Geralt then learns that it is he, not Jaskier, who can make the wishes, so Geralt uses his last wish to save Yennefer's life before they have hot sex. The fake mousesack enters the Brokilon Forest and he manipulates Ciri into leaving the Dryads. In the year 1262, Borsch wants Geralt to accompany him on a dragon hunt with V and T, but Geralt only agrees to do it because Yennefer is part of the hunt. Ciri then tricks a fake mousesack into revealing himself, and he fights both Dara and Cirilla, but she manages to escape. A dwarf named Yarpen suggests a shortcut on their journey, but the shortcut costs the lives of Borsch, V, and T. The Doppler then doesn't bring Princess Ciri to Cahir, and they begin fighting before the Doppler flees. Yennefer and Geralt then fight alongside Borsch, V, and T, who are obviously not dead, in order to protect a dragon egg from the remaining hunters. And after they have won, it is revealed that the intimacy between Yennefer and Geralt was born out of his third wish, and because Yennefer believes it wasn't real, she leaves him. Geralt then blames Jaskier for every bad thing that's happened to him since they've met, so Jaskier decides to leave. In the year 1263, Geralt's travels lead him back to Cintra, where he decides to carry out his destiny to protect Ciri. Calanthe tried to trick Geralt, but Geralt found out that Calanthe refuses to adhere to the law of surprise, and because Geralt refuses to stay away, he is imprisoned. It is revealed that the chapter voted not to help Cintra when Nilfgaard invaded the kingdom. Tissaia convinces Yennefer to join the fight against Nilfgaard after she returns to Aretuza. Geralt was in his prison when Nilfgaard stormed Cintra, but he escaped in order to find Ciri, who was already captured by Cahir. Because Dara left Ciri, she travels alone on her journey and leads her to old friends, but they turned against her, which forces Ciri to activate her power and kill them all. Geralt then gets badly injured when fighting zombies in order to save a merchant. The mages prepare for battle on Sodden Hill in an attempt to stop Nilfgaard from taking over the rest of the continent. After Nilfgaard strikes first, the remaining mages at Sodden strike back, weakening Nilfgaard's forces. And while traveling with the merchant, Geralt continues to have dreams about his mother Vicenna and remembers how she left him as a child. Unfortunately, the mages' efforts are in vain as Nilfgaard's soldiers break into the fort, wiping out almost everyone there. Yennefer then turns the tide of battle by unleashing her chaos into a massive wave of fire which kills the remaining soldiers before she disappears. Though it seemed like Geralt just missed Ciri at the merchant's home, the season ends with Ciri running into Geralt's arm before asking him who is Yennefer. And guys, that's it for the recap for season 1 of The Witcher. Hopefully this video helps you guys in preparing for season 2, which comes out very soon. But guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you liked it. Give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and until next time,